Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mandongo, and we're back again with another video. This time, I'm bringing you Full Metal Alchemist, the Full Metal Edition. So this is the hardcover, as you can see, and it has a better design. The art is better. You don't get colorful; it's black and white. Here's a art, but it's more detailed than the original one. I picked up the original one. I picked up volume 2 from the library. Never had a chance to read it, so I'm glad I'm reading it from the beginning, because what an amazing story it was. We're gonna start with the credits. Story and art by Hiromu Arakawa. Translation Akira Watanabe. English adaptation Jake Forbes. Egan Liu. Viz Media edition editor Jason Thompson. Touch-up art and art lettering Steve Dutro. Design Adam Garano. Editor Hope Donovan. And like I said, this is Full Metal Alchemist Volume 1. It's published by Viz Media. Viz Media is, they're popular for like One Punch Man, and that's the only one that I have read from them. But anyways, so this is Full Metal Alchemist. At first, I didn't want to read it. I was on the fence again. I was against it, yes and no. And the fact was, because let me get down to the review. The Elric brothers, Edward and Alphonse. So the main guy in the cover, that's Edward, and Alphonse is the Full Metal Armor younger brother that people get confused for the Full Metal Alchemist. They see him in the Full Metal body armor and they think that he's the Full Metal Alchemist, and it's not. He's the younger brother. He's like the baby brother. So this is Alphonse. This is Edward, and this guy is an actual Full Metal Alchemist. And so here's the reason I didn't want to read it, or I didn't want to continue reading it. The first, probably 5 pages, it was talking about religion. And it's just, when manga, comic books, or just books in general, they talk about religion, it's just, I'm not into it. I'm not atheist, I'm not agnostic, I'm not Hindu, I'm not Catholic, I'm not Buddhism, nothing. So I'm Christian, and I know. There's gonna be so many questions. But to each their own. Or how does it go? Anyways, so I didn't want to read it. I didn't want to. The first pages it was talking about religion, and I'm like, nah. But I understood why they went that route. So both of them are agnostic, and Father Cornelio believes that he can perform miracles, and he started a religious cult. Edward can see past him and tells Father Cornelius' #1 follower not to believe in him, that he's a phony. Apparently, Father Cornelius is holding something that the Elric brothers want. Father Cornelius and Elric, I'm going to get that confused, so forgive me for that. Elric brothers begin to fight each other. One of the brothers gets shot in the head, but is not down for the count. The brothers find out that Father Cornelius is holding a philosopher's stone, and that's how he can perform miracles. That's how he has the whole city believing that he is this God, this almighty Father. Father Cornelio does not want the money, but the followers are willing to die for him. Rose is his #1 follower, and Rose was hidden underneath the armor of Alphonse, and here's the entire conversation that Father Cornelio and Edward had. So, his cover is blown. Father Cornelio creates a chimera. And fun fact about a chimera, when I was younger, when I was probably 18 to 22, when I was really, really young, back in the 90s, I was like really in love with WWE, and I wanted to become a wrestler. And you're not going to believe me. You are not going to believe me. But I already had my attire done. I'm like, I'm not going to wear tights. Forget that. That is just too girly. I'm not going to do that. And my attire was like John Cena. I'm Mexican, so I grew up with like cholos and cholas and everything baggy. I'm not a cholo myself, but I just had gang members around me, and I would see them dress like in the checker shorts. All their shorts were baggy. So I said to myself, you know what? Everyone is wearing tights. When I become a wrestler, I want to wear some shorts. I want to be different. I want to show my heritage or whatever. And you're not gonna believe it, but I actually had the design for the belt that John Cena had, his spinner belt. I actually had it because it was, growing up, I was seeing that as a trend. All the rims were spinning. I'm like, hey, how about we put that in the belt? But somebody took my idea. Somebody became famous. John Cena is who he is right now. For I forgot, Thug Live Respect. It's been a while since I watched it, but another fun fact is that when I was in that 18 to 22, I was trying to be a wrestler, and I went to this indie promoter. I forgot the name of the company, but indie promoter, and I was actually training with Chimera. Now look it up on YouTube. Long story short, so I was training with him, and he said wrestling is fake. He told me wrestling is fake. So I met him with his mask, and then I met him without his mask. I'm like, man, what? I'd rather be speaking to the wrestler, to the man behind the mask, or the man in the mask, not the actual man himself. And so what happened was, he told me that it was fake. He told me it was fake, and I'm like, yeah, I don't believe it. So he crushed my dreams. He crushed my heart that wrestling is fake. But he didn't tell me that the hits I was going to take was actually going to hurt. So this guy, probably 450-pound guy, throws me to the other side of the turnbuckle. He comes full speed, like, I don't know, really fast. But he's 450 pounds. Big man. Comes, slams me, or what do they call it? Body avalanche or body slam. Man, let me tell you, that was not fake. It was real. I was gasping. I was gasping for air. I thought I was going to die. And then after that, I had to follow up with like a body slam. I had to follow up with another body splash. I had to follow up with a monkey flip. Man, I'm telling you, it's not fake. It may be fake to certain things, but the hits that you get, I mean, obviously they're not gonna knock all your teeth out, but like the slams, the rock bottom, the Stone Cold Stunner, stuff like that, the finishers, those are not fake. And later on, I didn't pursue it. I didn't pursue with my dreams of becoming a wrestler. Then I what happened? So later on, like, I don't know, probably like 3-4 years, I found out that Chimera goes into WWE. And if you don't believe me, look it up. Just look up Chimera before going to the WWE, or Chimera without his mask. I'm not gonna say much, but I know it was amazing how he did it. So anyways, back to the review. It was just a little fun fact about Chimera. Edward is not shaken by the Chimera. He creates a weapon from the ground to fight Chimera with. Edward tells Father Cornelio that when they use alchemy on humans, they turn into full metal prosthetics. And that is why Edward is called the Full Metal Alchemist. And the mother, they try to bring the mother back, but it fails. Edward loses his arm and his leg in the process, and they want the stone to bring their bodies back. Father Cornelius starts to shoot the brothers out of desperation, but it seems that it has no effect. Edward makes a door for them to escape. The entire city knows that that Father Cornelius is a phony, it's a fake. The stone ends up being a fake, and Edward can't believe it. And after a long fight, the brothers stop by at this inn, and they ask how much for the one night. The owner responds with 200,000 gold, and the brothers, they're like, what? For one night? You're crazy. I don't have enough money. So Edward uses alchemy to create gold. The people at the end find out who the Eldritch brothers are, and they kick them out. There's this new lieutenant that comes in. Lieutenant Yoki arrives at the inn and demands the owner that they need to pay taxes, that they're behind on their taxes and they need to pay up right now. Lieutenant Yoki doesn't get what he requested and orders the soldiers to burn the inn. The owner of the inn asks Edward to help them by creating gold again to get out of debt. So after they kick them out, they go back to Edward and they're like, please help us, please create gold for us again. Edward lies to the lieutenant that he is a state alchemist and that he works alongside the president. A good recommendation from Edward about the lieutenant will put the lieutenant in good standards with the higher up. And Edward is the new owner of the inn. Edward is smart and gets the deed signed free of charge, then sells it back to the owner for a one night stay in the inn. And General Halcro and his family are on vacation, and it quickly gets interrupted by soldiers. The Eldritch brothers are on board as well. The brothers are in no rush to start a fight, so they wait in their cabin so the soldiers come in and they look for them, and they disturb the peace. It doesn't take long. A fight begins. The soldiers tell Edward that they are outnumbered 10-1, and he reminded me of Snake in this chapter, or in this scene where Solid Snake doesn't take things seriously. He reminded me of that. And Edward replies with, "Good, where are the rest of them?" And the brothers separate to take on the soldiers. At the same time, they are rescuing hostages. Colonel Mustang shows up, and he's a fire alchemist. So Edward wants to know more about bioalchemy, and the colonel tells him he might know someone. The brothers meet Shu Tucker, and Edward shows his metal arm in exchange to getting more information on bioalchemy. A mandatory evaluation is coming for Shu, and it doesn't pass his state alchemist. And if he doesn't pass, his alchemist will be revoked. Shu makes a talking chimera to impress the state alchemist and to make sure that his license is still up to date. So he makes a talking chimera. Edward asks that where is his daughter, where's his dog. Later he finds out that he turned his wife into a chimera, and then later he finds out that his daughter is a chimera and the dog is a chimera, all in spite of a certification or license to be up to date. What a shame. I'm going to leave the last chapter for you guys. Go check out this book. This is Full Metal Alchemist, Full Metal Edition. This is the hardcover. I can't wait to pick up Volume 2 or the Full Metal Edition, Volume 2 of this. It was a pretty interesting story. Kind of sad, too, what Shu Tucker did to his family. So this is published by Viz Media. It's $20 USA. $26.99 Canadian, and in the UK is $14.99. Go check them out, viz.com. And it's rated teen, but I'm not a teenager, so it is rated for all ages. So thank you guys for stopping by. I'll catch you on the next one.